Hello to all BetDriver program users. In this video, we will tell you about the mechanism and settings of automatic strategies implemented in the BetDriver program and test the AutoBookmaker strategy settings by using the example of Greyhound racing. Basic strategies operate on the basis of a specific algorithm. Each strategy created is a set of settings that is saved under a name. It operates independently. It is possible to create an unlimited number of your own trading strategies on the basis of the basic strategies available in the program. There are several basic strategies provided. Now we will tell you about one of them. It is called AutoBookmaker. We will consider the general model of this strategy and its specific parameters. Let's consider the Greyhound racing market, for example. These markets are very dynamic and short-term. It will be easier and faster to demonstrate how the program operates. First of all, we will show what stages the strategy consists of. It all starts with markets finding. To get started, you need to choose the markets which we will use for implementing our strategy. A number of parameters are provided for the selection of markets. The markets included in the selection are processed according to the algorithm that underlies the basic strategy. Initial lay bets are placed first. Further, if the lay bet is accepted, then the back bet is placed when the trading mode is on, in accordance with the specified parameters again. If additional lay bets are enabled, the program makes additional lay bets, according to the decreasing algorithm. When additional lay bets are disabled, the program will replace the initial lay bet, unless the liability is exceeded. The bet is placed after a specified pause, which is specified in the initial bet's placement frequency parameter. The program continues placing bets until it is time for the market's closure. If the closure parameter is necessary, then the program will cancel all bets and equalize the operation results for all selections for the specified time before the market starts. Now that we understand the general principle of the basic AutoBookmaker strategy, we will try to implement a specific Greyhound racing strategy. We choose a sport, Greyhound racing. Countries are optional, but in this case there will be United Kingdom available only. Market types are a very important parameter. Let's choose win. We will search for markets in the next 10 minutes, because there is no point in entering the Greyhound racing markets earlier. They are empty. We will search for markets with a frequency of 1 minute. Let's limit the maximum number of markets so as not to get confused during a trade demonstration. There will be 2 markets in the selection. If you leave 0, then all markets that match the parameters will be included in the selection, and trading on them will be carried out simultaneously. The rest of the parameters are left by default. The market processing frequency will be 5 seconds. Base odd calculation algorithm. Consider the current market odds as basic. This means that the program will carry out all calculations on the basis of the current odds. The overround will be from 100 to 130. As soon as the market starts to become competitive and the overround is reduced to 130, the program will start placing bets. The minimum odds for an initial lay bet is 4. For Greyhound races, odds below 3 to 4 are a favorite. Quite often, the odd decreases without a reverse increase on such a selection, so it is easy to get a loss here. The maximum odd will be 15. Thus, trading will be in the range of odds from 4 to 15. The initial bet's amount is $3 according to the payout method. This means that 3 is divided by the odd, and the indicated number is the real bet amount. The margin from the base odd is -1 tick. This means that the program will subtract the specified number of ticks from the current odd. Since there is a minus here, 1 tick will be added. Accordingly, the initial lay bets are placed 1 tick higher than the current ones. It means that the program will outbid the current market odds. Let us set the maximum liabilities to 20. For the maximum number of bets on the selection, we will mention 3. It means that a maximum of 3 open lay bets will be placed on one selection. The placement frequency is 5 seconds. We will place additional bets. Each additional bet will be 3 ticks lower. Let's turn on the trading. Back bets will be placed 3 ticks higher and within the spread if possible. If the spread allows and the opposite back bet can be placed more than 3 ticks higher, and it will be the first on the market, lower than the nearest competitive bet, then the program will place bets within the spread. We will close the markets. Closure time 1 minute before the race starts with a frequency of 5 seconds. The rest of the parameters are left by default. So we launch the strategy and see what we will receive. The first market appears. We enter it and see that less than a minute is left before the start of the event, so the program will not trade on this market. We close it and wait for the next one. A second market appears. We enter it, almost 10 minutes before the start of the race. This market suits us. The program has already placed an initial lay bet on 5 selections. Odds are from 4.6 to 7.8. No bets are placed on the third selection, since the odds are below 4. The odds increase on the fifth selection, so the program rearranges unmatched bets to higher odds. Bets on the first, second and fourth selections are accepted, and the program places back bets immediately. Six bets have already been accepted. On the fourth selection, an additional lay bet is accepted with the odds 3 ticks lower than the initial one. The same situation is with the second selection. Initial lay bet with an odd of 7.8 and additional bet with an odd of 7.2. Two back bets on selections are accepted. There are about 6 minutes left before the race starts. Therefore, trading will continue for about 5 minutes more. A second market has already appeared here, where the program trades. Let's enter it for now. Almost 8 minutes before the start. The program placed multiple lay bets on all selections, except the third. The odds on it is too low. One lay bet on the fifth selection has already been accepted. A back bet on this selection is also accepted. We see that the amounts for all selections have colored green. Even if no more bets are accepted, we will receive at least 2 cents as a profit. But there is still a lot of time before the race starts, so many more bets will be accepted. Let's return to the first markets for now. Here, 16 bets have already been matched, and 11 more bets remain unmatched. There are just over 2 minutes left before the start. When 1 minute is left, the program will cancel all unmatched bets. After that, it will place closing bets and try to equalize the results for all selections. We see that the program has cancelled all unmatched bets. It will now place closing bets. Closing bets appear. They are quickly accepted. We can see that the results for all selections have colored green. Regardless of which dog comes first, we will make a profit from 17 to 60 cents. In the second market, trading is also active. 9 bets have already been matched. Another 10 have not yet been accepted. There are 4 minutes before the start and 3 minutes before the equalization. Now we just watch the trade. There are less than 2 minutes remaining. There are 15 matched bets and 12 unmatched bets. A minute before the start of the race, all unmatched bets are cancelled, closing bets are placed, and we again receive positive results on all selections. Depending on the winner, the profit will range from 24 to 37 cents. Along the way, we will find out about one more function. If you check the Save History checkbox in the settings, then you can view the entire history for all markets for which the program received data by clicking on the History tab. We simply select the desired market and open it. It is not necessary to wait near the monitor and check all the bets in order to see what was happening on that market. At any time, you can enter the History tab and view all the events in each market. You are able to see how the odds changed at each selection, how bets were placed and accepted, what events took place in the market. This helps to analyze the strategy operation and draw some conclusions for yourself. This was the first market in which the program placed bets. Now we open the second market. The program records data with the frequency by which the market was requested. In this case, the data update step is 50 milliseconds. If we receive a negative result at some market, then later we can analyze and understand why this happened. The parameters can be adjusted in order to avoid such situation in the future. Now let's go to the operation statistics and check the results. One market is passed. The calculated result is 21 cents. The actual result is 16 cents. We have a third market. We enter it. 2.5 minutes remain before the start, so we expect that not so many bets will be accepted. 6 bets have already been matched. 8 more have not been accepted yet. All unmatched bets will now be cancelled. Closing bets are placed. They are accepted. However, it was not possible to equalize the market with a positive result. For each selection, except for the fifth, we receive a small minus, from 4 to 6 cents. Sometimes such a situation may occur, especially in cases when we enter on the market too late, and the program doesn't have time to place a sufficient number of bets. If our settings did not have a limit on the maximum markets number, then it would appear in the selection 10 minutes before the start. Then the trade result could be completely different. Let's enter the Statistics tab and check the result. According to the results of the two markets, the calculated result is 48 cents, but in fact 41 cents was received. We go to the fourth market. It appeared in the selection at the stated time. There are just over 8 minutes left before the race starts. The program has placed 3 bets. The selections 4 and 5 are traded at odds lower than the minimum odds in the auto strategy settings. For now, let's move on to the statistics section. We see that 3 markets have been passed, one of which has been closed with a negative result. The actual result was 35 cents. The current deposit use is $4.65. This is the amount that is currently being traded. The maximum deposit use is $15.8. This is the amount that the program was using at the peak load time. Now we shall close the previous markets. In the third market, we see that the fourth dog won, since our loss was 6 cents. Let's go back to the market. There are just over 2 minutes left before the event starts. It means that the program will close the markets in about a minute. Unmatched bets are cancelled. Closing bets appear and they are quickly accepted. The equalization is carried out as follows. We can lose from 1 to 3 cents if the first or sixth dog wins, or win from 1 to 2 cents if the second or fifth dog wins. It is impossible to close all markets with a profit. Moreover, there are about 100 Greyhound racing markets per day. If each market closed with a profit of from 30 to 50 cents, then the daily profit would be from $30 to $50. And this is despite the fact that each bet is much less than $1. If you increase the bet amount, the profit for each market will also increase. However, it is unlikely to make a profit in every market. With any parameters, there will be both negative and positive closures, at least for those parameters where there are a lot of bets. If there are few bets and they are with a very large margin, then you can close all the markets with a positive margin, but the profit will still be less than. In our case, even with a minus, the loss amount is 10 times less than with positive results. We are still in a significant plus after the 4 past markets. Now we see a fifth market appeared. It's almost 6 minutes before the market closure. We see 5 accepted lay bets on the second and fourth selections. We watch the trading at the market. Fourteen bets have already been matched and 11 bets remain unmatched. Markets will close in 3.5 minutes. 22 bets are accepted. "29 bets are accepted. At this rate of trading, it is simply impossible to place bets manually. This can only be done using an automated trading program. Unmatched bets will be cancelled. The program places closing bets. We make a profit on all selections from 10 to 19 cents. As we said, an equalization with a profit is much more higher than an equalization with a loss. We open the sixth market. It appears in the selection almost at the reference time. More than 9 minutes remain before the event starts. We will set the maximum number of markets per unit in the strategy parameters. This will be made in order for new markets not to appear in the selection, so that we can complete the strategy operation demonstration. When you change the strategy parameters, they are applied in real time. Therefore, you may set any settings even while the strategy is running. The changes are applied immediately to the running strategy. 8 lay bets are already accepted. Now we see that 15 bets are accepted and 13 bets remain unaccepted. There is still a long time before the market closure, so the number of matched bets will be much higher. The fifth market has appeared in the statistics. We see that the calculated result is 55 cents, and in fact we received 45 cents after 5 markets. We return to the sixth market. 18 bets have already been accepted. Unmatched bets will be cancelled soon, and closing bets will be placed. All unmatched bets are cancelled. Closing bets are placed. We see that the amounts under all selections have color green. Profit from this market will be between 56 and 63 cents, regardless of the race winner. We are waiting for the market to appear in the statistics. We stop the strategy. We look at the result statistics for 6 markets. The calculated result is $1.11. The actual result is $1.1. The maximum number of transactions per hour was 674. A total of 684 transactions were made. The statistics show not bets but transactions. Each rearrangement and each update of the bet equals 1 or 2 transactions. Initially, the total transaction limit per hour, 5000, is divided by the number of minutes remaining in the hour. Thus, the limit of bets per minute is taken into account. As soon as the ceiling will be reached, the program will stop placing bets. However, the program continues to make closing bets in order for the market to close in any way. If several strategies work together, then the counter is individual for each strategy. However, there is also a general transaction counter. It is located on the Settings tab and has priority. If 5000 is set in it, then all the strategies that work in this program perform a maximum of 5000 transactions per hour in total. Now it's time to finish the demonstration of the AutoBookmaker Greyhound racing strategy. I hope this video was useful for you. I wish you a profitable trading with the BetDriver program.